Hey everyone, it's SG Holy Man, and welcome to another edition of The Replay. This is a series where I'm going back through a bunch of PS4 games and just replaying either the games that I really liked or games that I just hadn't played in a while, and maybe they got some DLC, and so I just want to take the time to go back and just replay the game in general and probably play through that DLC and just, kind of talk about it. So kind of like my reviews, just probably a little bit more laid back, I would say. Definitely going to get into some more spoilerish stuff, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just kind of making up this intro as I go because it's been a while. But anyway, with all that out of the way, sorry for the long intro. This is my replay of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. So for those of you who don't quite remember, Metal Gear Solid 5 came out 2015, if I remember right. It was late September, and it actually came out the same day as Mad Max, which is another good game, but, that's that game. This is this game. And replaying it all these years later, I can say that the game is still really fun to play. I really like the stealth gameplay. It is fantastic to this day, and all the weapons are really fun to use. And this game really shines in its customization and just the way you want to play. Granted, there is a scoring system, and it does reward you for playing more stealth. But, if you want to go in guns blazing, you can go in guns blazing. It'll cater to that. You can customize your buddies, like just basically what buddies you want to use, what they look like. Like, there's just a lot of different ways to play the game, and I really enjoy that, and it feeds into the overall gameplay loop, which is something that Kojima has done really well. It's the same thing with Death Stranding. He kind of had that same gameplay loop, which is you go out, you have your basic stuff, and then you play for a little bit, you get some resources, you go back, and you slowly gain more things to do what you need to do. So, for instance, in this game, military stealth game, so like you just get more weapons, you get more abilities, you get more just stuff to use, and just as the game unfolds and you unlock more stuff, especially with unlocking Mother Base and seeing that expand out, and just a lot of other things. Like, I hope I'm explaining it well, but yeah, the overall gameplay loop is just fantastic. I love that about this game. Also, the thing that really helps is the overall mission structure. I do like that you sort of go in and you have your main ops and your side ops, and of course your side ops are just optional stuff that you can do. I usually do them because I like to get all the rewards and the resources and stuff. And then you have your main missions, and then later on, like, there's other things going on, but you get the idea. I really like the way that's set up. The one thing I will say is I question if this game had to be open world. Mainly because the open world in this game, like both maps, are fine. They're big enough, I guess, but outside of the main missions, and maybe if you want to get all the animals and just like some other things, there's not really any reason for you to actually explore and to do a lot of other stuff. And to be honest, the main missions where it's more linear, like the two that came to my mind are the beginning mission in the hospital, more or less the Sahelanthropus fight in the middle of the story. I think it's mission 31. And there's a few others. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Those are the most memorable parts of this game, in my opinion, and they work pretty well. Not to say that the open world stuff is bad. I don't know if this game needed to be open world. And I think that leads into the next part of this discussion, which is the overall story of the game. And to me, the story is all over the place. And I think that's the common criticism of this game. If I remember right, again, it's been 5 years. I don't remember what everybody said. I do like the overall themes of the story and what it's talking about. Those are good. And I do like a couple characters. They were pretty well done. My main issue is that Skullface is just an awful villain. He does nothing. And his plan is okay. His motives are okay, I guess, but he's just so bad. And then another thing is kind of I like the idea of Quiet's character. I think she's cool. Can we please put some clothes on Quiet, man? Like, I know that they had the in-universe explanation as to her outfit, but we just put some damn clothes on Quiet. I also will say that the story's kind of imbalanced. Chapter 2 is way more interesting than Chapter 1. And Chapter 1's the longer portion of the game. There's way more missions in it. But, like, Chapter 2 is where, like, things start getting really interesting and you start seeing how things develop on Mother Base. You got the Eli thing. You got just a lot of other things that are, like, cool. And then I know this game did get cut short because Konami's Konami. But I know that if I remember right, there's like the Fable Chapter 3 or whatever. And this game really could have used it because, let's be honest, this game just ends. You have the one big Quiet mission, Mission 45. And then you have... Sorry, that's my cat. And then you have the hospital mission again at the end, but you get the more context with what's going on. And that's it. That's the story. It just kind of ends. Kind of flat. But, I guess they could do what they had to do, but it's just kind of a letdown. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Anyway. Where was I? Right. The game overall, it still looks pretty good and sounds good. Although I will say it is starting to show its age a little bit in places. I would be interested to see how this would look on the PS5, if they could maybe smooth some things out and whatnot. But, it still looks good, still sounds good. The soundtrack, like the licensed music they got, was so good. And then, if I remember right, just some more miscellaneous things. The only way you can get a new game, basically, is to just erase your save file, which that does kind of suck, but all my online stuff carried over, so that was nice, at least. So I didn't have to go through that hassle. And I think it took me 60-ish hours. I could have got this game done a lot sooner, but I started it, and then Ghost of Tsushima came out, and so then I stopped for a month while I played that game. And then a couple other things came out here and there that I wanted to play, and then I got back and played this game hard. So I believe it's around 60-ish hours that I put into. Granted, I didn't 100% this game. I just did all the main missions, and I did all the side ops I could do up until that point, which I believe is 125 side ops out of 157. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my experience replaying the game. So now I'll go into my final thoughts. So my overall feelings on Metal Gear Solid 5 haven't really changed in the second playthrough as compared to the first playthrough. It's still a really fun game to play. I liked all the customization. The gameplay loop is fantastic. It's one of the best things about this game. And there's a lot of stuff to like, but the story leaves a lot to be desired. Even though there's a couple characters I do ultimately like, the game could have been a lot better. And I do know there was like problems with the development and whatnot, but yeah, I would say if you haven't played it, hopefully it's at least $20 by now, and you want something to play, I would recommend it. Although I will say, as far as the greater Metal Gear story, this was my first one, and I did have to look up a lot to understand the deeper stuff, I guess, if you want to call it. So be wary of that. It is fine to play if it's your first one. Just, you gotta understand you're gonna be a little bit lost. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So if you like what you've seen, you can go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel for more game reviews, videos, all that good gaming stuff. I know I haven't posted in a while, and it's probably going to show in this video because I already know that I've kind of stuttered and whatnot. Just rust, you know. But yeah, I'm just going to be back. I'm not going to explain what happened. I'm just going to be back. So, yeah, I already did the outro. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.